Hi, family. You know I'm out on YouTube to contribute. I don't get paid for this, but I have an artist that is amazing and I want the world to know. So just give us 30 seconds for you to hear this little piece and then go follow her on YouTube after you watch the video today. All right. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Hi, guys. Just wanted to come and chat with you a little bit on this New Year's Eve 2023. Isn't that something? It's like the year just zoomed by. I guess, well, I was dealing with a lot of stuff. So I guess probably that's why for me. But hopefully, you guys have had a great year. And if you haven't, 2024 is going to be a better year for all of us. So let's just look forward to that. What I want to talk about today, and I've set a goal for myself to do about 3 or 4 different videos tonight. So, or this afternoon to kick the year off strong with me posting useful quality information. So, in order for me to know whether what I'm posting and talking about resonates with you, please hit the like button if you like what I'm talking about on this or any other video, and definitely hit the subscribe button. It lets me know that my time is well spent and I can continue to give out some information that's free. You're not paying for a consult, but that's quality information that you can use. So it's about being both of those. So today, what I want to talk about are 10 lessons that I found after spending $60,000 plus on business coaching in 2022. And it's so weird for me because 2023, like I said, I was down with medical issues for most of the year. So I like lost a year. So this has just been the craziest time because we lost 20 and 21 already. Then we had 22, which was a, wamboozle year. And then 23, I lost. And so now we're going to 24. But anyway, let's talk about it. I did. I spent, and if you want to see the receipts posted in the chat, I have no problem sharing them. 60K on business coaching. And so, let's get real. Most people aren't going to spend 60 grand on business coaching. That's a different group than the group that's looking for coaching on YouTube sometimes. But I happen to be in both groups. So I spend the money on coaching, but I also found, in doing that so much valuable information already is out there on YouTube, but that coach gives you some additional pump and jump to get you through it. You get to skip some steps. So let's just talk about that because that's not chump change. But if you're reading this, you're probably curious whether it was worth it or not. Spoiler alert, it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns. but it sure wasn't a waste either. In fact, I unearthed some surprisingly valuable nuggets that are already transforming my business and, more importantly, transformed me. Okay, so what I'm asking you to do is to stay to the end of this video, because I'm going to list the 10 things that I learned. I'm going to, after that, give you a couple of bonus things that will help you decide whether or not you need a business coach and what the alternatives are. So that's going to come at the very end. So let's just go at it. I'm going to want to wait for. All right. Number one, transformation goes beyond tactics. I can't talk. It would be helpful if I could. Beyond tactics. Turns out coaching isn't just about fancy tricks or quick fixes. It's about a deep dive into your mindset, habits, and limiting beliefs. My coach held a mirror to my soul, forcing me to confront the invisible roadblocks I didn't even know I had. And it was so deep for me that I ended up dealing with physical implications as a result of having to change some very deep and ingrained mindsets that I had. So that was definitely worth it. That was one of the first things that I had to get through. Number two, trust makes all the difference. Having a space to be vulnerable in and open with someone who you can genuinely believe in was game changing for me. I had one of the best coaches, and this trust built a foundation of support and accountability that pushed me further than I even thought was possible. And during that time, of course, I had been in business for almost 26 years when I decided to start coaching, which was in 2020, after moving out a significant portion of my business, if not all, well, all of the revenue basically from my business got shifted out into another partner firm. So my revenue when I started coaching was zero. That's actually unusual, but yeah, it was. So the coaching really made a difference, and my coaches pulling me forward made all the difference in the world and allowed me to get somewhere and create a business twice that size in a matter of just under 2 years. So it can be an amazing thing when you connect with the right person. Number three, clarity is queen. And I'm going to say queen because I am a queen. But if you're a male, then clarity is king for you. My brain used to be cluttered with so much mess and anxiety. My coach helped me to get laser focused on what truly mattered. She held me accountable every single month to make sure that I moved forward with what I needed to move on. Or in our mastermind groups, where we pulled all of the coachees, the business owners together, and we met with one main coach together as a group, and then we fed each other. We had these things called asks, where if you had a problem that was plaguing you, an employee that just wasn't connecting right with the job and the task and what you needed from them, you could bring that in as your ask, and you had a group of like-minded business owners who were willing to share with you and let you know how they handle that similar problem. That's irreplaceable information, and the experience was dynamic. Number four, accountability breeds results. Let's face it, we all procrastinate from time to time. But for me, accountability was everything. Knowing that I had to have a meeting that Wednesday with my coach made me, if even though I tend to be a last minute deadline driven person, that last minute deadline was Tuesday if that meeting was at noon or 1 on Wednesday, because I knew I had to get it done. Why? Because I'm paying thousands of dollars a month for this. So who wants to take that 1 hour that you've spent thousands of dollars on and waste it re-talking about the thing you did in the last coaching session? Okay, so for me, it was critical. And that accountability did everything. It turned procrastination into productivity, and vague dreams into tangible goals. And it was amazing. Number five, stepping out of the comfort zone is scary, but well worth it. One of the things that they used to say with one of the lead coaches is, hey, joining this group is like drinking from a fire hose. And yes, it was. It was so much. Like, it was information I knew I needed. I needed every single one of those things, but there was no way I could run a business and accomplish all those things at the same time. So even though it was very valuable information, I found that it wasn't until I stopped coaching that I was able to go back and follow those techniques and put them in place. So that, is it's something I learned. Whether that's a benefit or a cost, don't know. I had got the information, I implemented it, and I'm using it today. So I would call it a benefit. But the key here is the time to do it happened after I realized I had to stop the coaching so that I could just catch up on the doing. And so that was key for me. The next thing, number 6, let's talk about you're never done learning. I am a lifelong learner. If you're a lifelong learner, then you know that you've got to surround yourself with people or information that's going to feed you, that's going to give you what you need to take that next step. And sometimes taking that next step is just about having the courage to do it, because taking that step is what causes everything in that next level to show up for you. You got to get there first. You can't sit here and wait for everything to align, because it will never align. So, but for me, never being done learning is just who I am. I'm always going to be looking to learn, whether it's from a mentor, whether it's from a coach, or whether it's on YouTube. That's just who I am. And if that's who you are, then there's a lot to be gained, whether it's from any of those three sources. Number 7, community fuels the fire. So I mentioned those mastermind groups, whether there are several different coaching, oh gosh, I don't even think several is a large enough word. There are hundreds of coaches that are out on YouTube that are trying to sell you everything from email marketing to 7-figure businesses to how to scale your tax business. Everything is out there as far as coaches. I will tell you, the amount of money you pay for a coach has nothing to do with what you're going to get. Um, the coach themselves have little to do with what you're going to get from coaching. What you're going to get from coaching is community. And if your coach does not bring along community to where you have like-minded people, where you can bounce these things off, where you could read books like The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, which is a huge mindset book, and then have people to share it with. If you don't have that kind of setup in your coaching community, then I suggest you create your own community so that you can have that, whether that's a Facebook community or anything like that. Because it's huge to have like-minded individuals that you can share these things with. Number 8, celebrating milestones matter. Yes, it does. I had been in business for almost 26 years at the time I started this level of coaching. I've always had some type of coach or mentor, but in most cases, they had always been free mentors. So it wasn't until probably definitely after 2012, 2013, that I began to realize the value in a paid coach. One, first, the coach needs to be someone who has done what they're coaching you to do. And I know people say no, 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 but it's critical. And one of the critical mistakes that I made while I was spending all of this money on coaching was getting in way over my head in debt. And you're talking to someone who had operated for 26 years. Yes, I was operating at a level that was comfortable for me, but it wasn't $1 million level, right? But it was well into the 6 figures. And operating there, I had built that from day one off of blood, sweat, and tears. Like, there was no bank involved, there was no business plan involved. There was just, hey, I'm a CPA, I'm licensed, I'm gonna get out here, I'm gonna get 2 or 3 big clients, and then I'm gonna go from there and build. And that's just what I did. And I have not only done that once, I've done it multiple times, including this time. But this time was, I'm sorry, multiple times before this time. This time was different because I had sold off that product line and moved on to traveling, being grandma, spending time with my family. And I moved to Hawaii for about 18 months and just tried to allow myself, my soul, and my body to heal from the amount of stress that years and years of being a CPA brings. But what happened is when I started this time, one of the first things we did is we set up some milestones. How will we know when we're growing at the rate we want to grow? And celebrating each and every one of those milestones. So remember, I talked about that mastermind group, that group of like-minded women that we got together with, or men, or whatever your milestone group is, the like-minded individuals. Um, in there, one of the other things that we would share is our wins. What are we proud of? What do we want this circle to celebrate with us for this week? And that was huge. It was an amazing, what the, okay. It was huge. And I'm sorry, the computer shut down. Hopefully it kept recording, but I don't think it did. So I'm going to go back to just wrap up celebrating milestones, because the thing that we celebrated was our wins. What did we want this team, this group of like-minded individuals to celebrate with us? And it was amazing. So whether you're in a mastermind type group, or it's just a few business owners where you guys get on the phone once a week, it's critical that you have a group of people who can help you with your ask when you're having trouble, but also celebrate with you when you're moving forward and doing something. Number 9, ROI, return on investment, isn't just about money. Sure, I invested a hefty amount of money, and this was with multiple programs. It wasn't just one, but the return on investment went far beyond the financial. The confidence, the skills, mindset shifts I gained are priceless and will benefit me from years to come. As I said, I ended my membership with this, the 40K firm, let's just say, let's call it that, with one of the firms, because I just physically could no longer continue to do it. I had my own health issues. But it wasn't until after I stopped, because there was so much coming at me that I was stressing myself out. I wasn't getting things done in a timely manner. So at some point it became, I'm kind of pouring money down the drain to keep hearing the same information, the same information, the same information. But the problem was not them, it was me. I wasn't actually executing on it. If you're not going to, let me just tell you, if you're not going to execute, keep your money in your pocket. One of the things that I offer is a mentoring or a coaching program, and it is paid by the hour. And for 1 hour, it's $297. Now you wonder, God, 1 hour, what could that be worth? You know what? What is it worth to have someone stand on the outside of your business who already has been in business over 30 years, who is a CPA with masters in tax law? What is it to have someone like that look at your business and help you to move it in whatever direction you want, whether you're looking to grow so that you can sell your business and retire, or whether you're looking to scale your business and license it out to someone else to continue, leave it as a legacy for kids, whatever that is. Having someone who is objective and a coach who is outside of your business and can look at those numbers and look at the information and match them up with your goals, that is priceless. All right, number 10, investing in yourself pays off. And that is huge. That probably should have been number 1, no matter what it is, whether it's in a course, whether it's in school, whether it's in chat GPT, whether it's in learning email marketing, whatever it is that you do to invest in yourself and give yourself the upper hand in expanding your business and bringing that much more information into your wheel well to tackle the scale goals that you have, the financial objectives that you have, the tax saving objectives that you have. All of those things matter. And so
I can't even
investing
tell
in
you how
yourself.
many business owners come to me and don't understand how to read their own financial reports. Why? Because they didn't go to school to learn financial reports. They went to school to learn to drive a truck. They got licensed to learn to build a home health care agency. They got licensed to learn to do Medicaid specialty services. So the bottom line is, oftentimes as business owners, you might not understand your own business. And so you may be making decisions that are leading your business, like me, and I'm going to share that. That's going to be one of the bonuses I'm going to share. But you may be making decisions that's leading your business into a level of failure, bankruptcy, whatever, because you simply don't understand what you're looking at in your financials. So again, there are many reasons why tagging and teaming up with a mentor can make all the difference in the world. Now, look, $60,000 isn't for everyone. If you have 60,000 or even 30,000 and you want to hit me in the chat, I'll tell you where you can go and spend that kind of money in order to get a coach. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a few options. But if you're serious about taking your business and yourself to the next level, and you're willing to put in the hard work, consider coaching as a springboard. Consider coaching the way you skip a few steps and get ahead of the line. Just remember, it's not about the coach. It's about the commitment to transformation that you make to yourself. It's not about the coach. It's about the commitment to transformation you make to yourself. Now, go out there and dig for your own hard earned gems. All right. I promise that if you stayed to the end of this video, there would be something that I would share with you that would make it very worth your while. And it's two of the biggest lessons that I learned. One is keep your eyes on the ball at all time. One of the things that I did is expanded. I went from one person basically to 15 people as a result of the coaching, which was amazing. And the growth was happening, and I had people in butts and seats and all that kind of stuff. But what ended up happening was I retired. Like, I mentally was out. I was over in Hawaii, and over here all kinds of stuff was happening and wasn't happening. And so I ended up paying the price for that. So one thing that I will say, whether it's you yourself or whether you have an operations manager or someone needs to be keeping eyes at all times on the numbers. What's happening? I happen to be under a team that encouraged you to borrow and expand and borrow and expand. But in that, because I did not have the history and experience with that, I needed to be plugged in more on my numbers so that I would know whether the borrowing and expansion was actually expanding and showing up in revenue. I felt like it was, but I didn't really check like I should have. And so at some point, the loan surpassed the revenue for marketing that we were spending, and so I paid a hefty price, and I'm still paying a price for that. Do I regret it? No. It's a gem. It's something that I learned, and now I know the information I need and the way that I work. And this is the last of the gems that I'm going to give you, and this is understanding yourself, because the way that I work, I need a coach that I can meet with one-on-one, get a topic, get an assignment, go get it done, and then come back. I don't need to commit on a every week or whatever basis, because my time just doesn't show up that way. My time shows up sporadically in between, because I'm still trying to run my business. And so one of the things that I want to offer in my coaching sessions is, hey, you pay when you book. So if you want to spend $1,000, $1,200 a month, you definitely can. You can book me 4 times for that month. You can book me 4 times for the year, however you choose to do that. And we will start with coaching session 1, and then we will look at what your goals are. We will look at what you're trying to have happen by when. and we can set up a plan to get you there. And then I can be your accountability partner. So with that said, I'm going to close out this video. Check the details and the links in the description for more information if you're interested in working with me. You have a great day. Talk soon.